Hello everyone! In the past 2 weeks, as you might have seen from my previous videos, I've been traveling around and barely was at home. And when I was at home, it was to go to work, to the cafe. So I haven't been really working. Aside from my part-time job, I haven't been working on any illustration jobs. So I'm really behind. And this week I'm not going to be able to catch up much more because I got some extra shifts at the cafe, which I'm happy for, but it just means that I have to postpone my other work a little bit again, which is not great because I really want to make a holiday/Christmas update at my Etsy shop. I want to add some Christmas cards and I want to add them at a time when it will still make sense for people to be buying Christmas cards. I'm not sure if I can manage to squeeze it in the time. I don't know when I'll be posting this, but like November just started for reference. It's 6th of November today, and most of this video I will probably film next week because I won't be much at home from tomorrow on again. But anyway, whenever I am actually working on my Christmas cards, I wanted to take you on for the process because I think it might be interesting to see how this stuff is done, because I like to see that stuff when other people do it. Anyway. Hey folks, I'm back after a couple of days at the cafe and finally I can work on my own stuff again. I started today by writing some lists and looking at what I did last week and what I need to do this week because my brain had kind of switched that off during the last few days. And I think now I have it nice and organized. I know what I should be doing when, which is great. And now all that's left is to do it. Thankfully, I'm excited for doing most of those things. So, should be a fun and easy enough week. And we are going to start by testing some stuff that I got last week, the week before, who knows, it's been a while. And it's so weird when I don't get to test my new art supplies right away. But there was no time for that. So, where did I put them? What we have here is this tiny little stamp pads that I want to try with my linocut stamps that I made during Inktober. I have 3 colors: Midnight, Maze, and Real Black. And I wanted to have a red color, I think it was called Poppy or something like that. But for some reason, it just won't let me order it. I think there was some kind of bug in the system and it's really annoying because I wanted that. I guess I'll try again next time I'm ordering stuff. It really annoys me because I love me my red. I need to have red, but I don't. I'm not happy about it. Yeah, these things. And I don't know if I mentioned that already, but this ink is supposed to work with fabric, paper, wood, and more. So we're going to test it on all of these things and more. Here's the wood, by the way. Again, don't know if I mentioned this, but I want to drill holes in these, which I don't know how I'm going to do because I don't have a drill, and I hope I can do that. And I want to stamp some image on them and make like a little Christmas decoration things, you know, that you can hang on your Christmas tree or around your apartment or whatever. So I want to test this today. Also, I bought this thing. It's just one of this because I'm going to taste it for myself. It's like this little piece of wood, I guess, that you can use like a little coaster, which is what I use it for. And I want to stamp some kind of image on it because I think it will be cool. I actually don't know if I have exactly the image I want to stamp on it, so maybe I'll wait with it until I make something that I really want to have on it. Maybe a pattern, or I don't know. I think it's kind of cute as a coaster. Let me know if that would be something you would be interested in having. Also, I'm in the process of finding some small fabric drawstring bags. because I want to make some like gift bags that I will stamp. But I thought that it would be cool to use fabric bags, like decorated fabric bags as like Christmas present wrapping, because you can reuse those as many times as you like, whether as gift wrapping or just to put stuff in. And yeah, I think it's a good idea. I also would like to test this soft lino mat, but I don't know if I'll have time to do it today. Maybe I'll sketch something on it and like do some carving in the evening, because I haven't carved in a while and I miss it already. So what I think I'll start with is test these ones on paper, see how I like it. So I've just tested these inks and they look so much better than the cheap one that I've been using. And now I will leave it to dry and see if it smudges later, because I hated how much the other one smudges. My hopes are that this one won't smudge because it's expensive and it's supposed to be good. But yeah, we'll see. As for the covers, I love them, they're great. I just wish I had the red one as well, but hopefully I can get it later on. So I've just stamped this stamp on an old t-shirt of mine that's all in holes, and I barely wear it anymore because it's a piece of trash, but I still have it for purposes like that. I stamped it there. I will leave it overnight. I will heat set it tomorrow, and then we'll wait another day and we'll see if the stamp holds. It's supposed to not wash off after it's heat set if we trust what it says on the ink. And I want to test that before I make any product with it. I chose this one on purpose because it has so much black, so if it won't work, it will be big. Anyway, so we'll put this aside now. It's the next day and I'm about to heat set my stamp. I'm using my hair straightener because it's just a quick test and I didn't want to go to the length of borrowing an iron just for that. I hope the heat will be enough. I'm turning the image upside down because I think you're not supposed to touch the ink itself when you're heat setting. And yeah, we are going to see if this works. I will leave it for one more day just to be sure everything is set. And tomorrow I'm going to see if I can wash it off with water. And the conclusion is, yes, it works, it totally works. I tried to wash it off, even rubbing on it, and it didn't come off, it didn't leak, as you can see. It's pretty set, so that's great news. Hey again, folks. I thought I'd pop up to talk to you about the new linocut supplies that I've tried. I think this vlog is going to be a bit all over the place, but I'm doing a lot of different things right now. So when I complained that after doing linocut my back hurts and my shoulder hurts and my arms hurt, some of you advised me to try a softer lino mat because maybe I'm pushing too hard. So I purchased this one. So it's called Soft Cut Printmakers Carving Blocks. I think it's pretty popular. I've seen it around a bunch of shops. And there's some things I like and some things I don't like about it. But ultimately, I think that my problem is actually with my carving tools. That, well, I got the only ones that were available at my shop when I first went to look for line of stuff, and they aren't very good. They aren't very sharp, and I guess that was to be expected. So I might be looking into new tools. I already have, in fact, but the ones that I suspect are actually good are way out of my price range at the moment. So I'll probably try another cheaper set and hope for the best. So anyway, about this mat. So this is the new one I tried. This is the old one I have, or what's left of the piece. And the first thing that I really liked about this one was that it's light. So when you draw something on it, it's much easier to actually see it and properly cut around the lines. While here, it's a little tricky, especially now that it's dark. Actually, today there's a bit of sunlight outside, so my apartment isn't totally dark. Even so, I still have my lights on. You can probably see like this one. There's another one over here to get a bit of proper daylight actually. So I was usually doing this at night, and it was really a pain in the eyes to get to see what's here. Actually, you probably can't see that on the camera, but there is an image that was a bit complex, and I was just unable to see it, so I never really carved that one. I might try it with this one. So this is great, but once you actually start cutting, this one has this plus that once you remove the top layer, the under layer is a little bit lighter, so you can very clearly see where you have cut and where you haven't. So it's a lot less confusing once you have your lines down. Like the pencil is pretty invisible on it, but I used black pen, and then you can see the lines. And once you start cutting, it's great because you have this difference in layer. While on this one, it's just the same color, and it was very hard for me to see which parts I've already cut and which I haven't, which caused a little bit of cutting through. Come on, focus. It's probably not gonna focus. Anyway, it caused some mistakes, which I think they're kind of fine in linocut. I enjoy a reasonable amount of uneven cuts because I think they give certain charm, but I don't want it to be too much of that. Also, yes, this one is softer to cut in, but I feel like when your tool is not sharp enough, that's actually kind of maybe making even things worse. All that being said, I haven't had that pain in the back and in my arms that I had when I started, but I think that part of this is because probably my technique has improved because I did linocut all through Inktober, so I did have some intense carving, and I probably improved the way I cut over time. I'm not sure. So I still like this one. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it again. I think I like the softness or lack of softness, hardness, whatever of this one, and the fact that this is layered and you can see where you've cut and where you didn't cut. I just wish it was a little lighter to begin with so that I can transfer my images a little more easily. I think I prefer that one, generally speaking. Also, I imagine that with nice tools, probably both of them are going to feel a lot nicer, but it really bothers me that this one, the inside and the outside is the same color, and it's so hard to figure out where you've cut and where you haven't cut. Another thing I did while you weren't looking, because I forgot to film it, is I started sketching some designs for what's it called, Christmas greeting cards, and I'm going kind of Danish themed because I live in Denmark and I want Danish people to like me. Please like me. I like you. So one idea I have is for this Christmas calendar candle that is very popular here, and this one has all burned out. It's reach the 24th because that's Christmas or Christmas Eve, but in Denmark that's pretty much Christmas. So I think I want to make that inside a bit of a, like, you know, Christmas greenery, fun stuff. A big portion of my sketches are those Nisse guys. So the Nisse comes from the Scandinavian folklore, and they're kind of like Christmas elves or gnomes, and they're all over the shops, these little guys. They're really cute, so I want them on my cards as well. I think maybe I'll give them like a little village or something. I really like these two carrying a Christmas tree, so I think these two are going to be a thing for sure. I also wanted to make some that are a little more funny. And I have these guys drinking like crazy, drinking some snaps. Because something I've noticed is that the 24th of December is like the holy Christmas night in here, and the 25th, it gets a bit crazy. Or maybe it was the 26th. There is some drinking going on, so kind of wanted to put that there because I think it's kind of fun. So it's the Nisi guys celebrating. Another thing are these cards that probably won't make sense to anyone who isn't Danish or haven't been to Denmark, but they're something that's very common here. It's part of the decoration. It's something that kids make in kindergarten, and you can see it all over the shops. It's just like a traditional decoration. It's basically white and red paper that are intertwined together. And yeah, I want to put those on cards as well because there's something very iconic here that I've noticed. So yeah, I think I'll make a bunch more designs because I think I need some more, and I'm going to start finishing some of these that I like. I like this guy, I like these two guys, and I like the little drunk guys. So that's pretty much where we are at the moment. I hope I haven't bored you too much. So this is editing me popping up for a quick update before we end this video, which by the way has spanned for 2 weeks, and it's time for it to end. And I just wanted to let you know that I've designed a bunch of greeting cards. I have ordered them but have not received them yet. I hope that they'll come in the beginning of next week, the latest, because I would like to have them on Etsy for Black Friday. I'm also really excited to see how they look. It's a new printing place I'm testing, and I also never made greeting cards, and yeah, it will be fun to see. Another thing is I received these fabric bags that I mentioned. The small ones, they're made of linen, and the bigger ones are cotton. And I'm going to stamp them with a bunch of nice motifs, and they're going to be on the shop as well. I personally really like them. I hope that the stamping will work. I haven't tried it on them yet because this week I was a bit under the weather and haven't been great, but it's slowly going back to normal now. I'm about to carve a few more stamps for these, and that will be that. It is a very chaotic video, but that's how things are sometimes. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you next week. I hope the update will happen also next week. And until then, have fun.